What's going on, everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome back to a new episode of GBA. In this video I want to talk about some rare, uncommon, or otherwise just expensive NES games that I feel like are worth picking up for the cost. Now, I know that can be subjective. Something's only worth what people are willing to pay for it. Just in my personal case, I felt like the gameplay and just the overall joy I would have with these games were worth the price of admission in general, so your experience could vary. But if you don't feel like picking up these carts, I would at least suggest firing up an emulator and playing these on your PC or something like that, because these are games that definitely deserve love, and I feel like at the price they're at, sometimes they don't necessarily always get that. But yeah, I guess without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. But first I want to say I do want to continue this series going forward, not just for the NES, but I want to talk about other systems too, so keep a lookout for that in the future. But yeah, first up on the NES today, of games that are expensive that I feel like are worth picking up, is Metal Storm. So yeah, why does Metal Storm make this list? First of all, it's a very unique game. They use a mechanic in this game where you can basically change from... It's gravity, basically. So you could be on the floor, walking and, killing enemies like usual, and you can adjust your gravity to where you're there on the ceiling. Basically, you use that mechanic to get through certain parts of the stages, to get to certain power-ups, to beat certain enemies. There's a lot of puzzle elements in this game. It can be like a maze at times, to be completely honest with you, but just that gravity feature kind of was unique for the time especially. It's just interesting playing and trying to figure out the levels and knowing if you need to be on the ceiling or on the ground. It can be a little bit, I don't want to say hard, but getting used to that mechanic is a little bit weird at times, and you got to be a fast thinker, that's for sure, because parts of the game move really, really quickly. And like I said, parts of the game can be maze-like, but this is one of those games where it's not easy, but it's not hard to the point where you want to give up. It's hard to the point where when you die, you want to keep on trying. And I don't know if there's unlimited continues, but in my experience with this game, it feels that way, at least, because I've continued a bunch of times. I haven't beaten this game, so I don't know what all the later levels are like, but from just picking it up and playing it every now and then, I absolutely enjoy this game a lot. When it comes to graphics, they're okay. I mean, it's not the best graphics in the world, at least in my opinion. I feel like they did utilize colors really well, and there's some cool scrolling in this game, and the designs of your character and the enemies are pretty good, but it does all kind of blend in together sometimes. Sometimes the enemies can blend into the backgrounds, which makes that a little bit hard to know, if you're walking into fire or whatnot. But you can get power-ups, you can do all, it's just a really fun game. I would highly, highly recommend this game, just, for the game mechanics in general. The controls are very, very precise. Like I said, the music is fantastic in this game. I love the music. The music can be a little bit stressful or tense, that kind of music, basically. It can make some of the levels feel like they're a little bit harder than what they are, maybe because of the tense music that's going on in the background. But yeah, Metal Storm, definitely something you want to pick up and try. The game is great, and like I said, it's just worth trying just for that mechanic alone. Yeah, so Metal Storm is the first game I wanted to talk about. Decent graphics, great controls, fun mechanics, just a really, really good game with great music and sound effects. So yeah, check out Metal Storm if you get a chance. Alright, so the next game on the list today is Gun-Nac on the NES. So yeah, Gun-Nac is one of my favorite games for the system by far. I really like shooters just in general. The NES had quite a few of them, to be honest with you, and there's a lot of good ones. This one is just so good, though. The game moves quick. There's a lot going on on the screen. It's kind of hectic at times, which you kind of want that in a shooter, to be honest with you. The enemies are so unique. You fight so many weird things in this game. It's got that Japanese feel to it. If you play it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there's definitely some very interesting enemies and things that you fight in this game. The power-up system is really, really cool. It's basically got, like, I want to say there's 5 different power-ups if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I played the game. But the game throws power-ups at you like crazy, to be honest with you. But you definitely will find your favorite power-up, and part of the struggle of this game is trying to avoid the other power-ups that you don't want to get, because you want to keep the one that you have. My favorite power-up is number 3, and it's kind of like a homing attack. It does make the game a little bit easy, to be honest with you, but I don't know, I like that power-up a lot. It just makes the game fun. But yeah, Gun-Nac, it's great. The music in this game is absolutely fantastic. This game scrolls really good. It's super fast. Throws a lot of stuff at you. Very unique, very fun. Some people say it's overly easy. I don't really feel that way, to be honest with you. The game does get pretty challenging. The first few stages obviously are pretty easy. There's like a mid-boss in the levels too. They're easy to disperse of. The bosses are really fun to fight in this game. Very interesting characters that you fight as well. But yeah, I don't want to give too much away, because part of the fun of this game is just getting to the next stage and seeing what kind of weird enemies you're going to fight. But yeah, Gun-Nac, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely on the expensive side, so I highly suggest, if you guys don't want to pick up a cart, to fire up an emulator and give this a shot. I think it's one of the best games on the NES by far. But yeah, game looks great, sounds great, plays great, fun power-ups, interesting enemies and bosses. What else could you ask for an 8-bit shooter? Gun-Nac, definitely one of the better games on the NES. And in my feeling, honestly, both Metal Storm and Gun-Nac are two of the best games on the NES by far. Both these games are very interesting, different kinds of mechanics in these games, fun power-ups, definitely ones that are worth checking out. So yeah, that's my 2 games I wanted to talk about today on my list of expensive NES games that are worth picking up for the price. I'm going to include a little bit of gameplay at the end of this video. I'm actually just going to show the gameplay on my original NES, on my CRT TV, so you can see these games, how they were supposed to look like, and how they would look like if you played them the same way on original hardware. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this video. Do you guys own either one of these games? Do you feel like they're worth the asking price? I would love to have a little conversation with you about these NES games. And do please stay for the gameplay. And I'll probably try to put something in the video showing you guys what the going rate for these games are currently. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but I know they're both fairly expensive. But yeah, guys, that's probably going to end this video except for the gameplay. But, you know, before I shoot you over to the gameplay, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode of GBA. I appreciate every single one of you. If you guys know anybody who might like this kind of content, please share the video around. I'm always looking to grow the channel a little bit. But yeah, until next time, guys, I'm probably going to go play some video games, maybe open up some boxes, try and enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you do too. So until next time, everyone, I'll see you later.